You're rocking with King Troll. And I'm your boy, just call me Monty, aka King Gigawatt. Pete, just call me Monty. Back with an intro that make your head turn. Wave gang, making it happen. When will they ever learn that we stay strapped with the heat? Jamal Mash burn, and I'm just here to assist. Like Steve Nash, turn back? Nah, never. I'm a goat with the intros. King Troll, EBL shooting, so get low. Squad so exclusive, if you ain't, then it don't matter. Right there's your home run when we pitch like a nice batter. This battle rap, and when it comes to that, we go talk. Exclusive battle league, man, they think it's a cakewalk. Until they come to battle and get smoked by a killer. Stop sleeping on the league, bet not come with mad filler. We out here, see I move different, just say the word. Call me David with that slingshot throwing them angry birds. Yes, King Jigger, I'm just talking, so pay attention. This is just the intro, but me snapping was my decision. Wave gang all day, yeah, you heard what I said. Anybody sleeping on us, we gon' put them to bed. It's wave gang all day, yeah, you heard what I said. Don't get it twisted, dread like you got something to dread. It's wave gang all day, yeah, you heard what I said. Anybody sleeping on us, we gon' put them to bed. It's wave gang all day, yeah, you heard what I said. Don't get it twisted, dread like you got something to dread.
Yo, who that on that intro, man? Y'all gotta let me get some of that, man. Let me get a verse on that little intro, shout it.
see, exactly. So with that being said, we appreciate everybody for pulling up. This is another installment of the Fourth Round Podcast. This is We Podding in conjunction with EBL. We have today with us, we have somebody who's not only a content creator, you see what I'm saying, as y'all heard partly on the intro, a rapper as well. He's a screenwriter and an esteemed documentarian. You see what I'm saying? The brother goes by Jon Reel sometimes. Jon crimes when he wants to. You see what I'm saying? With that being said, how you doing today, bro?
Man, doing fine. You know what I'm saying? But the little behind the scenes business we talk about is like the best financial day I've ever had in my life. So, you know, just really, really good news on the business front. In my entire life period today, I need to mark the April 13, 2023. So I'm really happy about that. Got no complaints in life, man.
That's fire. I'm not mad at you. Everybody gets what they deserve. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. So, just work hard and grind.
With that being said, as far as you grinding and you working hard, like we've seen a lot, the initiated people of us. We've seen a lot of the effort that you've put in. Like I said, documentarian, you've done a lot of work where it comes to actually connecting with the families of some of the people who are victims of some of the cases that you work in the true crime community.
Yeah.
And we've also seen you be able to like rap when you want to and break down things when you need to, even down to the mixed martial arts situation.
Yeah.
What would you say is the hardest part about what you do, like being a content creator, doing all of the things that you do, wearing all the hats that you have?
You saying which one of the categories is the hardest, or what's the hardest part about each one? Just which category?
Yeah, which category would you say is the hardest?
By far the hardest is the true crime, because
Okay.
it's not a game. It looked like it's a game when you watch it on TV, whatever. But like, what if you talked about somebody in extreme detail? You talked about somebody's family and how they was murdered,
Right.
and you know for a fact that they watching.
Yeah.
You don't think that, like, I've never, any case you ever seen that I covered, the family was involved or they was
Mhm.
watching. And I even had one. I had one was the family. Well, half of the family wanted me to do it. The mom side liked it. The dad side was like, F you, I don't want no part of this whole side. And then I had another case where the family was just really upset. They didn't want me to do it at all. And you just got to go with your gut in a situation like that. I told them, I said, I know why you don't want me to do it, because every time somebody talked about your sister, every time
Mhm.
somebody talked about your daughter, they talked about her in a very bad way. And I
Mhm.
typed this to him. This was on Facebook Messenger. I said, mark my words, when you see what I do, I'm going to make them value your sister. I'm going to make them value your daughter. And then
Mhm.
after they saw it, they cussed me out strong. But after they saw it, I got nothing but praise from the family. I could have taken what they said and just X and didn't do the whole thing. I got great advice from really popular people on YouTube. One of the best advice I got was, it kind of sounds harsh, but it's real. They said, you don't work for the family, you work for the victim. So in that situation, the family didn't want me to do it, but I know the victim would have wanted her story told and somebody show her in a great light, and it ended up working out great for everybody. As if you go to that video, the top comments is directly from the family and saying how much they like it. They like what I
Okay.
did.
That's fair. So when it comes to doing things like that, like seeing the effort that you put in, even some of the immediate pushback from the family, like you said,
Mhm.
there's a lot of adversity that's involved in what you do on the true
Yeah.
crime side. Um, is there something specific that you look for, that you connect with when it comes to doing the cases and covering the cases that you cover? Like, is it something to where it's like, damn, like this person was a mother or a father and I'm a father and I connect with it? Or this
Mhm.
is somebody from, Georgia as well? Or you see what I'm saying? What is it
Yeah.
that you connect with that makes you want to invest that time?
In my personal opinion, I don't see nothing that I'm purposely trying to connect with. I'm just making the documentary, in my opinion. But
Okay.
in hindsight, when I go back and I just look at myself, like I'm
Mhm.
not me, like I'm just judging my channel,
Yeah.
then I can see what really is going on in my brain, because I'm not trying to do it on purpose. But if you go back and look at all the cases, it's looking like I get mad and I care about the lost, the forgotten, the people
Mhm.
who was dismissed as unwanted. Nobody care about them. If you look at all the people I covered, that's what happened to them. They are the extreme cases.
Yeah.
Vera Joe beat her up by the whole family, made her sleep in the room on the floor with a pig.
Yeah.
The Hart kids, 15, 16 some years old, look like they're 9, 10 years old, because they starved them slowly,
Yeah.
and made them sleep on the floor when it's a house with multiple rooms. They
Mhm.
all was of extreme cases of being lost, thrown away, and forgotten. Now, again, I wasn't trying to do that on purpose. When I look back, I did see a theme into what I cater to and what makes me go out and try to tell their story.
Okay.
So it's all in hindsight. I don't feel like I have a plan. There's been big cases people wanted me to cover, and I told people I cover it, and I end up not covering it. One being an example of the Idaho 4. Everybody want me to do it as like the biggest case of the late 2022, 2023 coming into the year. Everybody want me to do it. I said I was going to do it. I did all the research on it. I did not fully connect. I don't know why, but if I had to guess, they lived a privileged life. They came from good families. They, They were not the thrown away. They were not the lost. They were not the forgotten. What happened to them was horrific. To be gone and sent to a college, and you see you're not by yourself. You're living in a house with a bunch of people, and somebody come in the back door and kill 4 of them, and they sleep. It's horrific what happened to them. But I think that I think what I look for is, first, I'll cover any case. I'll cover that case. But the first thing I probably look for is the discarded people. Okay. The ones society never cared about. Society definitely cared about the Idaho 4.
Yeah. That's fair. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that. So when it comes to that, when you're taking into account, like you said, those who were discarded, forgotten, objectified, and victimized by society, I can definitely identify and tap in with that, because it's like a weird situation when I see some of your videos, or I get the notification for those true crime videos when you're putting them out, almost like film style. It's like almost like a melancholy feeling to an extent, because it's like, yes, I'm looking forward to like what you do, how you present it, how it's shot, your analysis on it. But at the end of the day, it's somebody who lost their life.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's damn, okay, Jon cooking, like what Jon doing? But it's like, damn, this is, you see what I'm like?
Yeah.
So that's kind of weird. Over the years, I've watched you not only do that, but like we said earlier, like you being a writer, I've seen you write for multiple, even battle rap publications. So where it was like Rap Grid, I think it was battlerap.com. You've written for like
100 Bars magazines, Battle Fix, MMA News, MMA Weekly. A lot of Knockout Nation, a lot of writing, man.
Absolutely. So when it comes to the attention to detail that you put into your true crime, I would say excursion, because it's a process, meeting with the family, going to where it is, recounting those last steps, and then the detail that's in your writing. Do you feel like you kind of got the detail in your writing squared away first, and then that transferred over? Or do you feel like it was something that predated the writing, like you being an expert in that? Like, were you always like attentive and kind of, I guess, choosy?
I don't know how to answer that, because I never written anything in true crime. Like, everything you see is off the top of the dome. I've never written a single, never. And I did this in an interview before. I explained, this first part I never said, but I'll tell you the part I said before. The first, I've never said this before, but I've sat here by myself in this room, sitting in this chair, and I watch my documentaries like I haven't seen in like a year or whatever, and I'm watching them, and I'm like, oh, that's dope. Look what I did there, and I'm looking at the lighting and stuff. If I look at that and then I go and try to make another documentary, it's going to turn out lame, because I'm trying to emulate something I'm seeing, even though it's from myself. I'm trying to emulate. I'm looking at the light. I'm looking at all this stuff. But that's not why I made the first one. I made the first one, I was just talking and saying how I felt. And then the ideas came from what's the best way to tell that story. It came organic. So if I try to emulate what I've done in the past, then it's not going to be good. And I feel in my heart, people are going to notice. The only way not to emulate what I've done in the past, the only way to keep the same formula I have, is by the story I choose. I have to choose a story that I'm really pissed about. I'm really passionate, because when I'm pissed and I'm passionate, the idea is going to come to me. It's going to come to me to tell Jaren's story. I'm going to tell it like I really identify and don't know how bad the killer is. But then I'm going to have my robot assistant voice tell me how I'm wrong. And then I'm going to show at the end of the documentary where I'm not really, my passion isn't on the skills, but it's on how I can relate a story to people to touch their heart. Those ideas came to me because I was passionate about that story. So I have strapped a lot of ideas. I've come out and said I'm gonna do something, and I haven't done it because I told people something before my heart matched that case. So it never really came from the writing. The only thing I can say in common, like with the battle rap writing, the mixed martial arts writing and stuff, all of that stuff came from passion. Battle rap is big to us, but battle rap is small to the entire world. Why would you do something that small, John? You're not going to get far with battle rap writing. Because I'm passionate about it, because I really, really like it. So I did it. Mixed martial arts, boxing. I've done Brazilian jiu-jitsu for so long, and I've been heavily in mixed martial arts so long that like I've watched this stuff in the early 2000s. I go to East Side Boxing. I think the name changed now. It was used to be called East Side Boxing. I look at my man Vivek do the mailbags, and all these people every week coming to him, asking him his opinion in their mailbag. He answering everybody. And I'm sitting there looking in 2003, 2005. Man, I wish I can do that. I wish I was a dude so important for a website that everybody coming to me in the mailbag. And then I got to work for websites, and then they like, you got a new idea you want to present to us besides writing articles? Yeah, I want to do a mailbag. And then here I am sitting here, and here go people ask me in the mailbag, who you think gonna win this fight? Who gonna do this? So I'm not looking at money. I'm just looking at what I always wanted to do as a dream. I always wanted to be that person. And when you a lot of people don't take chances in life. Like, I reach out to people in every community. I looked up to Vivek Wallace as he did the mailbag for Eastside Boxing. I reached out to him. He became my Facebook friend. The guy I looked up to and mentored to as a writer in boxing is now my friend, and he hits me up. He cares about my children. The world is a very small place if you reach out. So in every community you name, I've reached out, and I've been close to people at the top. The biggest true crime person on YouTube is Kendall Ray, over 2 million subscribers. You know who my first follower on my Jon Crime channel, Twitter, when I'm at 0 followers, first one, Kendall Ray. I was shocked. I'm like, Kendall, I had to make sure it was real. Before my homie Stephanie Hall, the first follower I got, and then she just had a issue with her new baby girl 2-3 days ago. You can go on my Twitter. I reached out and said something. She replied back. Every community I've ever been in, I've had a relationship with the top people. So I think they see, not only like they can see talent, but they can see when somebody's heart is really into it and they want to back that person, you know?
Absolutely. I'm not mad at that. So when it came to what you initially said, when it was like you going back and watching something that you've done, or watching like another true crime podcast or whatever the case may be, and you're like, I don't want to emulate that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I want to be true to myself. When it comes to that being on a positive side, because like I said earlier, you wear a lot of hats. So like what type, and you don't have to say the names if you don't want to, but like what type of like media motivates you, rappers that motivate you because you rap as well, the screenwriters that motivate you. You see what I'm saying? Like what are the type or the archetype that motivates you, if you don't feel comfortable saying the names of the people?
I'll say in the community. So if we go into battle rap, like a blogger that motivated me, like I wanted, I would have to say, because we got to go, we're not talking about 2023. You talking about motivation, about when I started. You talking about 2011, 2012 and all that stuff. I would definitely have to say Jay Black, because if you look at the personality type, like Jay Black to me comes across as somebody like, if I had an adult daughter and she like, Dad, I'm dating somebody, I'm like, who? She like, Jay Black. I'd be like, okay. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like he cool. You know, I will vouch, you know, so like the talent that he put into it, the work he put into it, the human he put into it, staying true to his convictions. I don't always agree with his convictions. He do things that I don't agree with, but I respect anybody that can say why they feel the way they feel. I don't have to agree with you. You say you can, same way I teach my children, like whatever your religious belief, as long as you can answer daddy, you can believe in fairy dust. But if you can defend why you believe fairy dust, I'm cool with it. So I like the fact that he can articulate and defend his position. And I like the fact that he was different. He wasn't trying to be like everybody else. You don't see him bucking up on people because he's a real person that don't buck up on people.
Yeah.
So I say that in battle rap, he did. I know a lot of people would say Chris. They would think Chris unbiased because I'm cool with him. And then I'm gonna be completely open. I'm gonna give you the exclusive. I never looked up to Chris Unbiased because I just felt like Chris Unbiased lacked on camera work where I know he had already made enough money to increase it. He had already made enough to make his documentaries look better, and he was staying the same. He was like, this working, the way I'm shooting these are working. And I like his exclusive in a way. And again, we're not talking about 2023, we talking about 2011, we talking about when I first came in. So a lot of people will be shocked to know that Chris Unbiased did not motivate me, because I just felt like me, like, okay, you can go look at the Caitlin Nicole Davis documentary and everybody like it, and then you can go look at Jaron Lockhart. There's a clear growth. There's a clear, and I never saw that from Chris. And like, to even push him, I wouldn't say this publicly if I didn't think he had the skills to. I'm saying it publicly because I do know that Chris got the skills to put in better production, and I just think that he cool. I don't know how much battle rap events you go to, but from when I went to the event, I don't know who was battling. I think it was Jag and Math. I think that was when I got that exclusive from ARP, and he talked about how great my camera quality is. I'm interviewing him outside in Black. When I went to that event, everybody had expensive cameras. 15 Minutes of Fame had my dream camera. They had the Canon C I forget the name of it. The most expensive cinema camera. Everybody, all the big 15 Minutes of Fame, you had Knowledge out there for who Knowledge with? Hip Hop is Real. He had a Canon camera. A year later, I go to the event with my expensive camera with my rig, and I'm the only one with that rig because technology changed. All of them got selfie sticks with a cell phone. All of them. You go to battle rap events, it's just a bunch of cell phones. And I guess the creative in me, like, I get it. You're gonna upload this fast. You're gonna interview him. It's gonna be a share button to YouTube, and you gonna get the information out of fast.
Right.
But somebody who into cinema, it kind of makes me sad.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
Bro, I know you got a Canon C70 at the crib. I know your wife. What you doing?
Yeah.
You know, because I just want to see people like get better. But I know that kind of stuff take longer. So I get it. But that I don't like that the whole community has downgraded on camera equipment and stuff.
Okay.
Who I looked up to in true crime, of course, one of my closest friends in the world, Stephanie Harlow, because I have the exact opposite work ethic as she does. She pump them out real fast, and she pump them out fast with extreme detail. Like, to watch her work in person, she don't seem human. She seemed like a robot. Like, how do you do that stuff? So I say Stephanie Harlow, definitely Kendall Ray, not because she has 2 million followers, but because she was the first person to put attitude in it. She was the first person I saw on YouTube that would say something about a crime and roll her neck and tell the murderer off. Like, that was unheard of. Everybody wanted to be PC, and she was like, nah, like it's stupid. And that's how, you know me, I'm gonna say how I feel. So I looked up to her for those ways. I think off the top of my head, those are my top two. I want to say some Black people though. Like, there's a Black girl podcast that I really, really like that does true crime. He messed it up, bro. You know, I ain't gonna give him no shine, but like a little Black dude. I would, that's why relationships are important, because I was just shouted him out. But I'm gonna end that right there. So what did I do? I did battle rap, I did true crime, and I did mixed martial arts. Well, that's boxing. I looked up to Boxing Talk. I don't even know they're still out, because I first website I saw Bill for the ground up all the way to they had a close. We talking about 2008, 2007. They had a close relationship with Floyd Mayweather, where at the time I watched this guy build his channel from scratch, and Floyd Mayweather would go out and be like, I ain't doing no interviews unless it's boxingtalk.com. To watch him get to that point. My boy Greg, I looked up to him. I gotta give a shout out, because I was there from day one. Mixed martial art, the Weasel. I don't know if you heard of the Weasel. I watched that guy. He the UFC fighter, shout out his YouTube channel. UFC commentators like Luke Thomas, Joe Rogan, all of them shout out his channel. This kid blew himself up, never showed his face. I know how he looked. Never showed his face. I was there from 3,000 subscribers. I couldn't tell you how many he got now, but he's the biggest name and mixed martial arts on YouTube. After every fight, everybody running to the Weasel to see his breakdown. I definitely look up to the Weasel. I call him MMA Yoda. So definitely those are mixed martial arts, boxing, battle rap, and true crime. Those are the people I looked up to.
Bet. So before I even transition, because you said something that I want to bring attention to, we got a comment right here that came up initially when we were talking about the your passion when it came to true crimes and you doing your documentaries. We got a comment from Cheese. He said, "Are you worried about legal actions from the families?"
Nah, you should worry about that stuff when you do something wrong, when you say something. Matter of fact, I encourage these families because from my other channel, there are actual people who building channels up of harassing families.
Yep.
And all the families who getting harassed, like y'all be shocked to know this. These aren't small cases. These are the biggest cases in the country. These are the Chris Watts family, biggest case of 2018, 2019. This is Cash Gurnan family. This is Gannon Stalk family. These are the biggest cases. You think people will have the audacity not to, but now these families are suing. These families are coming at people when they harass and talk about them. I don't talk trash about victims. You will never see that from me. Matter of fact, I'm telling the story to put the victim in a better light. So I would never be in a position to receive legal action from a family, because as soon as a family see me, from families that love me all the way to the family that like, F you, I don't want you to do it. After I do it, they crying and they love what I did. Right. So if you carry yourself the right way, that don't have nothing to do with me. So I'm not worried about legal action for families at all.
Perfect.
And I give you an exclusive though. I give you an exclusive. There was a no. I'm gonna get my words right. You remember Johnson, what's his first name, in Valdosta, Georgia? I was stationed down there. The guy who they found his body rolled up in the mat.
Kendrick.
Is it Kendrick Johnson?
Yeah.
I didn't hear this directly from the family, so that's what I'm saying. I get myself in legal trouble. I just tell the truth. Someone close to the family said the family wants to work with me to do a documentary on that situation. But it had to be from one narrative, the narrative that they wanted. This was someone told me that the family said. So I'm not saying the family said it because I didn't hear it with my own ears.
Right.
I didn't want to do it because what if I didn't believe their narrative? If I'm going to investigate, and where the investigation takes me, that's what I'm going to put out. Okay. But I will never do a documentary from a narrative somebody tells me to. I've been in multiple situations. You saw on the A-Scandal channel, I was going to do a documentary on this guy who people said was a fraud on the case. He's not a murderer, but like they saying he was a fraud and still using the Summer Wells little girl, using her name and stuff to scam people. And the people who came to me, they met me in person, had a meeting. They said, we want you to exonerate his name and show that. And I told them at the meeting, I'm going to fully investigate this to the umpteenth degree. Right. And if you want me to do it, I'm like a hitman. Once you hire a hitman, you can't unhire him. No. So if you hire me to do a documentary, you think it's going to take up for him, but my investigation show he actually is a scammer. I'm still going to go through and put that out that he's a scammer. Are you sure you want me to do it? So I'm going to always follow where the investigation leads me.
That's fair. Yeah. We got a comment from my brother Ty in the comment section right here. He said, has covering crime affected how you view murder, mystery, thriller type movies? Also, are you jaded when it comes to horror flicks?
I'm jaded when it comes to horror flicks for a different reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a degree in creative writing. I'm in school right now with an A+ average to get my graduate degree in English and creative writing. Yes, so I don't want to see the same old tropes. I don't want to see a jump scare. A jump scare means that you don't have the ability to write something to scare somebody. So just for no random reason, somebody go in the bathroom, bop, that's just tiring. So a lot of movies that make it to Netflix and stuff, B-rated movies, they're going to have a lot of random jump scares. So that's why I'm jaded. The kind of horrors I like are like probably weird and different. than what most people are into. So it has nothing to do with true crime. I'm jaded with horror flicks for a different reason. Now, when they ask me how's covering true crime affect how I view murder, mystery, thriller type movies, it hasn't jaded me at all because I just view fiction completely different.
Okay.
You know, it's not real. It's when I'm looking at something that's fiction, my brain isn't going into true crime mode. My brain is going into creative writer mode. It is the creative writer that is judging the film, not the true crime documentarian that's judging the film, because those two different things.
Right.
So I'm looking at a murder mystery movie like as a writer, and it's funny because one of the last courses we took before I took my final last week was watching cinema as a viewer and watching cinema as a writer. That literally was the last class I took.
That's fire. That's fire. Yeah, I guess I got something to look forward to when I pick up that course as well. You see what I'm saying? Trying to get into that field.
It's fun.
That's
man. It's fun.
Perfect segue into what I want to ask you next, because you said initially about cinema, where you were talking about when you went to the battle rap events and then people had the big cameras and then it kind of went down to the cameras on the selfie sticks.
All cell phones now. All of them.
Like, so when it comes to that, like, I wanted to ask, in your opinion, like both sides of the brain, where you're watching as a consumer and as a writer, what is the best movie genre in your opinion and why?
Well, the best genre to me is going to always be independent drama. I ain't gonna lie, I kind of lean towards foreign with it. We've been getting our ass kicked as Americans when it comes to writing because we done got a lot lazier. We getting our ass kicked as actors too, because a lot of the people you talking American, you see the interview, when I studied for a role, you're like, this motherfucker not American. I could have sworn he was like, but I think that's been going on. But like, there's this movie, bruh. I'm gonna try to look it up. I want you. This is crazy. It's a Canadian movie. Something soft. Like, I like different. I like stuff that's like people would consider weird. Like, my favorite director is Park Chan-wook. But when I say that, people don't know who I'm talking about. But somebody may say Quentin Tarantino, my favorite director. Guess who Quentin Tarantino's favorite director? Park Chan-wook. They'll say Steven Spielberg, my favorite director. Guess who Steven Spielberg's favorite director? Park Chan-wook. All your favorite director. He's your favorite director's favorite director and writer. He's the first guy when the iPhone 4 came out. He made a whole movie with iPhone 4. He's already a famous South Korean director. And just, I want to take an iPhone and make a whole movie with it. So I like stuff that'll be different, but it challenges you to think when you leave the cinema. I like those kind of stuff. Back in the early 90s, America kind of did it with what's the movie? Robert Redford and Demi Moore. Would You Let Me Sleep with Your Wife for $1 million? Woody Harrelson. But when you left the theater, if you went to see that with your girl, that's an awkward ride home. The movie's still with you. You didn't just watch a movie because now you're in a car like this and you want to ask her, would you have slept with him for $1 million? And she want to ask you, would you have let me sleep with her for $1 million? We got to do inflation because $1 million ain't that much now. Right. So that, I guess now, that was early 90s, 2023, that's like asking somebody, would you let me sleep with your wife for $30 million or something? You know what I'm saying? But I just like movies that beg the question that makes you think. Like, I don't reveal a lot of stuff that I've written, but since I already got this with the Screenwriters Guild, East is already copywritten, got my seal at the bottom. One of the films that I've written is a choice I made between these burglars that this guy was just told that day by his wife that she's pregnant with his first child. And when he came home that day, his stepdaughter was sad and they was picking her at school because she didn't have a father. And he was telling that little girl, you do got a father. I'm your father. Right. The robbers took the little girl and then took his pregnant wife with his first child and be like, we don't count to 10, we'll kill both of them if you don't make a choice. But if you make a choice, we'll kill one. So I'll stop right there. But yeah, I write stuff like that.
Okay.
It's gonna mess people up. You know what I'm saying? This little girl just was crying. You just told her I'm your father. But then at the same time, your wife pregnant with your real first child. You gonna make a decision, and to force that, they're gonna kill both if you don't. So even from that premise alone, you be like, man, I want to know where Jon went with this.
Right.
I'll tell you off air.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, Jon. I'm gonna say it on air right here. I'm gonna choose my wife. I'm sorry. You see what I'm saying? Respectfully, I'm gonna choose my wife, dog.
Let you in the audience do that. I ain't gonna say nothing.
I know.
Decisions get made.
So,
but as a writer, this is what people got to understand, because I get in trouble with a lot of this with relationships and writing songs. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can be sad and depressed and write the greatest love song. I can be happy and in love and write the coldest song about fuck you, bitch, and all this stuff right here. I'm a real writer. It don't have to be my real life. So whatever choice I chose in that film, that don't mean that's a choice I'll choose. That means I just thought it'd be better for the story. But if I write that, some girl be like, oh, that's what you would have done. Like, nah, that's what that character did.
Right.
You know, a lot of people take stuff to heart when you're a writer.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a dangerous game, Jon. You know, I rapped as well. I write still.
Yeah.
And I know, like, people say it as like a, I guess, like a motif or like a nice little idiom, to where it's like, you don't want to piss off a writer. You don't like, you don't want to break up with a poet. You see what I'm saying? You don't want to cheat on a rapper. You don't want to I've shout out to the people watching. Young lady, I know you're watching right now. I'm sorry. It just rhymed well. You see what I'm saying?
There's one thing you can see online. I think it's on my Instagram and it's on my TikTok that I wrote specifically for one person. And I broke up with a girl. We had a perfect relationship. She got along great. She got hurt by so many men in her past that it was insane, her trust level. Yeah. You remember I put online, I first caught COVID. You catch COVID now, no big deal. But when you first catch COVID in 2020,
you're scared,
like, I'm gonna die. I'm sitting up here sick with COVID, and I'm changing around my room because I'm like, yo, if I just sit here, I ain't gonna die like everybody else. I'm gonna die fighting. I'm finna get up. I'm changing around my room. I got cold sweats and stuff, working hard. And I put my phone on the charge. I go pick up my phone, and she like, you got some bitch over there, don't you? I'm like, where did I get her from? A COVID dating app? It was that bad. It was that bad of a relationship. I'm like, you think I got COVID, bro? I'm worried about dying. You worried about how do I get a chick over here? Right. You know, but I just that's the levels of insanity her trust level was at. So when you go on my YouTube, or when you go on my Twitter, or you go on you go onto my Instagram, or you go into my TikTok. What's his name? The R&B singer. What's his name? You're
talking about is it Tyrese?
Nah,
because he's on some wild shit too.
He do a lot of songs. He write for Usher when Usher just did that. Watch this. He was on stage with him. I'll look it up. I can't believe I can't remember his name. But anyway, he did the first time I saw on TikTok, like, where he on one side and he'll leave a blank space for a bunch of people to come up and write a song to. And his song was called, like, What About Trust? And so I wrote that verse specifically about that woman who destroyed our relationship because she couldn't. His name is Eric Bellinger.
Oh, okay.
So this was specifically about one girl, and we had broke up. I hadn't heard from him. She went her own way. Then all of a sudden, she saw that video and was like, "Oh, you just gonna? This how you feel? This how you feel? Yeah, yeah."
Yes, sweetheart.
But it is rare that I will write something specifically for a person. But when I do, is spot on.
That's fair. That's fair. So I'm not mad at that. So I have a more lighthearted question for you before we go back to doing what we were previously doing. There was an announcement, Jon. There was an announcement that there was going to be a documentary done about Freaknik. How afraid are you that your debauchery may have been caught on camera? And you may be
You need to be. I mean, you need to be my Facebook friend, man, because I did this on one of my Facebook posts today. I'm not afraid for me. I don't want women to go to jail because I was underage. So I'm a, I don't want to get nobody in trouble. Let me tell you a story, bro. This is a true life story, right? I went to Freaknik 96 and 97. So I went when I was 16 years old, 96. Had the time of my life. 97. Your boy, super popular in high school, girls like. So I'm always trying to get new girls, right? So they told me there's this group in our high school called TAP, Teens Against Pregnancy. I'm like, oh, so this is about not sex and the importance of it, but all the pretty girls are in Teens Against Pregnancy. I go in Teens Against Pregnancy. I'm like, how do I be popular? I need to be a president. I become president. Talking to shit. I become president against Teens Against Pregnancy. So they like, we got all the funds together. We need to do a field trip. I tell the teacher, our English teacher, Ms. Leonard. I hope Ms. Leonard see this. Ms. Leonard go, what would you like to do? I said, it'd be great if we go to the Hawks basketball game, the first game, Allen Iverson rookie year. He playing the Hawks. This is when Allen Iverson didn't even have the braids. If you look back and you know I'm telling the truth, go type in your YouTube search, your Google search. When Allen Iverson played the Hawks his rookie year, that was Freaknik weekend. Yeah. So I set it up for Teens Against Pregnancy to go to Freaknik. The teachers don't know anything. We get up here in traffic. So, I'm from Macon, Georgia. It's about like an hour and a half south of Atlanta. The bus get to Atlanta, stop dead on the highway in traffic. The teacher's like, what is going on up here? Just like all the cars stopped on the highway. They like people getting out the cars. The teacher, what is going on? And then they like the trip. The game isn't till nighttime. So during this trip, during the day, you go to what the 3 colleges are. Clark, all of them. I forget what that's called. And it's just grass and all this open field. And people, it's normal now to see people smoking weed, but back then to see police standing there and people got bags of weed. It's thousands of people. You can't even see the ground. You see couples over there having sex outside. You see some wild stuff. And the teacher just like, be back on the bus at this time. So everybody realized I got them to go to Freaknik. Now I remember I got on that bus and Ms. Leonard looked at me. She said, you knew this, didn't you? You knew this, didn't you? Yeah. It was crazy. Like we got pictures, and it was weird because like a dude to be standing with his girl. It's normal now in 20 because you can pay for it. You got this small waist and a huge humongous ass. Yeah. But back then, you see somebody that's rad, like dudes, like yo, you walk up to the guy, yo, can I take a picture with your girl? She's like, yeah, and she leg up on you, you grabbing. We 17 years old. They think we grown. We kids. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then, other stuff happened, but a lot of people was late getting back on the bus, but yeah, I got to go. I got to convince Teens Against Pregnancy to go to Freaknik, and
that's fire.
Nothing bad can happen to me because I was a child.
That's fire. That's fire. So I got 2 questions for you. I'm gonna ask the first one, and I want you to give me your straightforward, knee-jerk reaction answer.
Yeah.
What are some of the unspoken challenges as a writer for you?
A writer.
Yeah. When you piecing that thing together, you said you had the story that you gave us an example of. Like,
I've never in my life gotten writer's block because I don't write unless I'm motivated. So where other people will be motivated and they stop and they don't know what to do, I'm stopping at the idea. So I guess the biggest challenge for me is getting the idea that I'm passionate about. For instance, my partner Tony, who I shoot movies with, me and him do everything together film wise. He hit me up 2 days ago and he like, it's best we do a TV series starring, Black women because they consume a lot of the content. You can make that fire. And I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm not biting. Then he gave me the idea. Once he gave me the idea, I really just wanted him to shut up. I really just wanted him to be quiet because I was lit. I was ready. I'm like, I'm trying to hang up the phone, bro. He like, what you think you have it in a month? I'm saying, I'm finna send this to you tonight. Because once I get lit like that and I know where to go, I'm gone. So to me, the hardest part is just to get motivated. Once I'm motivated, I don't get writer's block.
That's fair. I'm not mad at that. So when it comes to doing that, like we talked about previously with your distinguished career when it came to like writing for like MMA, battle rap,
Mm-hmm.
blah, 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 so on and so forth. Um, what would you say in light of your experience from there? What is the real difference between writing for a magazine in that era, like the golden age,
Mm-hmm.
and then being a content creator on YouTube? Not the true crime side of it, but like you go live, you have
Mm-hmm.
situations to where people can talk to you, donate, whoop de whoop, and you're just there being a content creator. So like what is that for you?
A content creator, you have way more weapons. How many times in true crime you can type in Ted Bundy and it's a billion people made video about Ted Bundy? You already know the facts.
Yeah.
Killed people in the Northwest, tried to get away, broke away free twice, moved to Florida, killed a bunch of people in sorority room, then killed a little 12-year-old girl, got caught. That's the fact. It will never change. So what
Hmm.
makes you interested? How somebody tell a story, how it's shot. Just you have so many weapons. You can do your music, you can do like you can put an actor in there.
I
When
like
you
that.
writing, you don't have as many weapons, even no matter how creative you are. So the biggest difference is the amount of weapons you have to really drive home that story that you want to tell.
Okay. Okay. I like that. So in light of that, with you saying that it's a lot of weapons, what advice would you give young brothers trying to grow their YouTube channel that haven't actually found their audience yet? Because that's part of this Rubik's cube. You see what I'm
Mhm.
saying? People may have dope content, but their audience doesn't connect with the content, so they have to like prepare it or present it differently to get the audience to engage with it, or just be like, well, fuck the audience. We're here. This is what we're doing. We're gonna find people who like it. And you see what I'm saying?
I'll answer that with a question. How would you feel if Jay Black came on out of the blue and you clicked on the video and he sounds just like Angry Fan? How would you feel?
It would be jolting, but his character gives him a lot of leeway with me.
Mhm. No, not in a joking way. Like he not like he being Angry Fan. He not being himself.
Oh, he's being angry. He's being
Mhm.
angry. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, no. Like I
How would you
wouldn't.
how would you feel reverse? How would you feel if Angry Fan came on and he's being Jay Black?
Uh, uh,
You wouldn't like
that's
either,
fair.
right?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
So all people got to do is the easiest job in the world. Block everything fucking out and just be yourself, because the audience is way smarter than people realize. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like the audience is so fucking smart. If I came on here and I watched one of my old true crime videos and I try to emulate that, they gonna know, nah, this ain't it. I can't put the finger, but something ain't right. You know what they looking at? When I did it the first time, I was angry and upset about the murder, so I'm being my real self. But when I emulated it, I'm looking at the camera and looking at everything else except
Mhm.
for the heartfelt passion thing. I'm trying to emulate. So the audience is so smart. You got the easy job in the world. Just be yourself. One of my favorite articles I've written was Jon Jones, mixed martial arts articles, was Jon Jones versus when he got the decision against Alex Gustafsson. How I wrote the article, I literally wrote the article what happened in real life. My
Mhm.
article starts off, I'm watching the fight, I'm jumping up, I'm going crazy. Oh my God, Jon Jones has lost. Alex won the first 3 rounds, Jon Jones lost the second one. And then boom, I'm shocked. They gave it to Jon Jones. So I call my friend, another writer for the same website. And when I call him, he tells me he caught it later because he didn't see it when it first came out. I came him screaming, Jon Jones lost, Jon Jones lost, and he watched the fight and he was like, I got Jon Jones winning 3 rounds. That literally happened. Who writes like that? No one writes
Mhm.
like that. No, they don't write professional articles, but the audience connected with that article because it was real. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't thinking of trying to be professional. I wasn't thinking of trying to be like anybody else. I was just being myself,
Right.
and it
Right.
connected with people. if you trust in yourself, that's it. I would not like if Battle Booth came on smiling. That ain't him. Battle Booth serious. No matter what happens, he's just gonna look plain, and that's him. That's the real Battle Booth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like just be yourself. And the best part about being yourself, if you fail, you can be happy because you was just being you. What if you fake? And what if you got an idea to do something and it fails, and you be like, man,
I should have just been me type shit.
Yep.
Yeah,
What would have
I
happened if
know.
I was me? You know, that's it. Just be yourself. You got to learn. Like a lot of people lie to themselves. I'm one of the people I lied to myself for a long time in my life. I lied to myself and would say I'm normal. I'm not a normal motherfucker.
No.
I'm not normal. I'm eccentric. I'm passionate. You know what I'm saying? I'm an individual, but I'm happy with who I am under my skin, and I know why I feel the way I feel.
Right.
And once you have that self-assured confidence, you're gonna make the right decisions to be yourself.
That's fair. That's fair. I feel like a lot of that actually ties into some of the problems that we've been seeing in battle rap lately, to where brothers is putting, like, we say it sometimes, we talk about it sometimes on Is We Poddin', the podcast, to where it's like a lot of people are in this situation as to where they get caught up in performative masculinity, and they're like performing the shit in front of us. They don't really feel like that. The majority of us men who are confident in ourselves are not like, hey bitch, wash the dishes. Like, we're not really like that. You see what I'm saying? But in battle rap, people feel like they have to present that. This weird, like, domineering type of situation. That's one of the strikes that you agree to as well. Like, that is a strike. So what would you say is our opportunities to actually improve in battle rap? We have that as to where, like, people need to be themselves, be confident within themselves. We have situations as to where it's leagues having pay-per-view issues. We have situations as to where it's like,
that's a totally different subject. You have to ask me a different way about that, but I'm still on the first thing you said. Keep going.
Yeah. So when it comes to the culture itself being small to the world, but large to us because we're passionate about it, like, what would you say are opportunities to improve? Because I've been watching this shit for a decade plus, John, as well as you. You've been commentating on this shit for a decade plus. Like, I want to get your opinion, because people here, on EBL, they feel like I'm a hard critic. I'm a harsh critic. They feel like I just shit on everything. I have standards though. So what would you say?
There is no issue that's only battle rap. No, not battle. Battle rap is fine. Battle rap is two people on stage going against each other. I love battle rap. I will always love battle rap. Wrong choice of words. There is no issue that's specifically bad about the battle rap community. The battle rap community is bad because Black Americans are bad. It's not a battle rap community issue. It's a Black American issue, and I'll explain.
Okay.
We look up to all these other cultures and we like them for it, but we don't want to do the work that they do. We look up to the jewels. You know what I'm saying? You can't say the real word. We look up to the jewels, and we look up to them like, yo, you can't say that about them. They'll cancel you. Why don't we do it? Why don't we cancel the person? We can have the same power. We don't stick together. So you can get somebody from the battle rap community that come in here and they're not Black at all, and they can put on a performative character. They can mock us. They can make fun of us. And you know what we gonna do? We gonna sit up there and we gonna still watch them. You have the power. Take your motherfucking phone and don't watch them. But you care more about your selfish entertainment that you can get fulfilled for those couple hours than to make a stand as a community. That's not a battle rap community issue. That's a Black American community issue. We don't ever stick together when it's time to stick together. We say we got principles, but we don't stand for those principles. When I say I don't like something and they fit that category, I do not watch. I can't. If I watch you and I say I don't like you, then I'm lying. I ain't got no problem with you. If I really don't like you, I can't sit at this computer screen and watch you do what I don't like you for.
Exactly.
You know, so like, I don't see young Black American men following their own morals and their own principles enough to do something they don't like. They like the entertainment of watching the fuckery more than their own convictions. That's not a battle rap community issue. That's a Black American community issue.
Okay. I partially agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
Partially agree with you.
What do you think is different in the battle rap community that's not in the Black American community?
What do I think that's different in the battle rap community?
Remember, they look up to the guys who huff and puff and do all of this stuff, but don't leave their crib to go to no event. So you know they pee to the ussy. All right. So we leave the battle rap community and we go to another community I discussed, red pill and all this stuff. They say that they're alpha males and they can do everything but they pee to the ussy so much that they are telling you, I can't get girls in this country, so I'm going to buy an expensive plane ticket and buy a house in Brazil. You got to go to another country to get a chick. What's alpha about that? So inside the Black American community, inside the battle rap community, they're all young men being led astray by something that sounds good, but they see the real characters don't live the life that they preaching. It's the same to me.
To an extent, because the wahites, the 20 by 28s, however you want to call them, you see what I'm saying? The saltines have been doing that for millennium. You see what I'm saying? They've been passport bros for forever, John.
Can a Black American man go into the nice jewels on your shirt?
Yeah.
Jewels. Can a Black American man go into that community and make videos 7 days a week for a couple hours, putting down other people in the jewels community and get away with it?
Not at all. There is an infrastructure.
But you can do that here. You can be of a different race here. You can come and cut on your computer. And I'm going to prove to you a point. You see people doing that in the battle rap community. And then Just Pearl just did it in the Black American red pill community. That's not battle rap.
Absolutely. I agree there. And I have no
plain Jane white girl just came and did the same. So to me, it's the same. I don't look at it as a battle rap community issue. I look at it as a Black American issue, to where stop saying that you like what other cultures do and how they come together unless you're willing to come together and stand for something.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I cannot speak for every single Black person stateside. Period. Can't do that. But as far as the principles and things like that, I don't live by that shit. I don't fuck with that shit, John. Respectfully. I know you don't fuck with that shit. Yes, Dave. I'm sorry. We're up here.
I literally don't watch. People be lying. They be like, he says he doesn't, but he do. No, you know I'm busy in real life. I'm not gonna sit up here and put up they don't come up in my search.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I don't see these niggas unless it's clip shorts that are like when I'm just
I don't even watch them.
Exactly. So when it comes to that, there's an infrastructure imbalance that's happening with us. I agree. And partially I agree with you on the battle rap side, because a lot of the critiques that have been levied against the URLs, the RBEs, the da-da-da-da, whoop-de-whoop, has been infrastructure problems as well. People punch on the URL app. I'm one of them. Yes, I am. Surely am. I am. To where it's not customer friendly.
I have to ask you a question before I get my opinion, because I don't have the URL. I never had the URL app, so I will have to ask you, because I want more details before I give an opinion.
Yes, sir.
No, I was just putting it out there when you were talking.
Okay.
I don't have a question right now, but one may come up as you're talking.
Okay. So respectfully, like, there is an infrastructure issue. URL app has an issue as to where we've seen some of these issues in about 2015, 2013, as to where certain things just don't work within the app. It cannot handle too much traffic. They can't live stream there. Like, a lot of just
But that's the
At least-
growth. That's the something about black men just don't believe in themselves, because caffeine was a small company. They did the research to know, like, you got to grow. You got to take from the events the big camera and then make your cinema better. Don't go and get a cell phone. In my humble opinion. So, like, I have no problem if URL app had these issues at the beginning.
They
But
still
it
have
should
it,
be,
John.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It should be some point in there as a business owner, the research to be done, the bandwidth to be done, that you should care about these. You should know these things. You may not know these terms when you started it, but you should know these terms by now. You should know fiber and all the other things that you need to, because I would want to know that. The perfectionist in me, I'll be okay if people told me my app sucks at the beginning, because I'm new. I never had an app before. But the hunger in me, when I go look at these white people apps and these other people apps and how I've always been this way when it comes to any job. Because I've done sales my whole career. If he did it, I can do it. What's so special about him that he can increase and make his app? He can increase and make his app so much better, but I can't increase and make my app so much better. If he can do it, then I can do it. So the hunger in me will make me want to do it. Yeah. Hold on. Now I'm doing an interview, so I'll call you right back. Okay. All right. I'm that dude, so I'm having interruptions. That'd be my little trolling stuff. For some reason, when you have confidence in yourself, haters get even more mad.
I mean, yeah, we already talked about the non-black people coming into the battle rap community. Yeah.
I don't have a problem with it, but I have a problem with it when it's propaganda. Okay. I'm not even mad at them. I expect bad people to do bad things. I get disappointed in my young black men who I genuinely love, who will go and listen to salacious things that lack evidence, that put a dark light on other black men.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't come to me saying easy to block, beat women, or whatever the claims put out on them, unless you're gonna show 100% evidence. Because if you show 100% evidence, then fuck easy to block as a man. But if you don't show anything and you got a consistent track record of putting out lies on other young black men without evidence, then I'm gonna get pissed. Not at you. You're a demon. I expect the demon to be a demon. I'd be stupid to not expect the demon to be a demon. I'm gonna get pissed at my young black men I see in the audience. Because you're going around telling people you're a leader. You're going around telling people you're alpha. You're going around telling people a man, but you literally are a beta follower. This guy seems hot, so I'm gonna be close and be cool with him, regardless of what lie he says. That's a follower.
Right. That's fair. And John, I respect that, because as you know, maybe y'all should know as well in the comments and people watching this, whenever, wherever, whoever you are, I've been a fan of this brother for years, watching his work. The brother talks his shit, respectfully. I do have a few more questions for you, John, before we.
I'm here. All my work, was done earlier today. I'm chilling. However long you want me here, I'm here. I'm only looking at StreamYard, so I can't see any comments, and that's the focus on what you're saying. But so if somebody's saying something they want me to know, make sure you post a comment or ask me.
Absolutely.
Just so I won't be sidetracked. I can't see YouTube right now.
That's fair. So with that being said, my brother Ty presented a question. The brother just couldn't actually make it today. He wanted me to ask you this. Essentially, early on in 40 Bars career, she had a lot of weight amongst the females. She was boasting the highest views. She had a huge Instagram following before her page was hacked. She was early with the merchandise and music. In your opinion, did she set the blueprint for female battle rappers branching off into business? In your opinion, because for those who don't know, you were her manager as well for a time and everything else like that. So we wanted to just get an honest read about that.
I used to think it was cool to come into a battle rap community, and I used to like think it was a cool little flex to say, I manage one of the best female rap artists of all time. That's
Yes,
cool only until they become your family. Like I even cringe when people like say I'm her manager because she is my blood sister. 40 bars literally lived in my home. 40 bars watch my kids. 40 bars daughter call me Uncle John. You know what I'm saying? When I go to 40 bars house, I got to get the cash app out like a real uncle. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? To give like to give to her daughter, like when you become family like that, like just imagine somebody your family and you love them, you don't want to be like, yeah, I managed her. You know what I'm saying? So when 40 become like she my real family now, when you see me saying I'm 40 bars manager, that's me being petty at the haters. I'm just saying some shit because I know it pissed them off. It irks them. I don't know
yeah.
why that irks them, but like if that irks you, you that small mind, I'll perk. But I don't give a damn about managing 40 bars in the past. That's my real family. As far as setting a blueprint, one if I was 40 bars manager, I would not answer this honestly. If I was her manager, I'd be like, yeah, she set the blueprint. Because she family, I answer honestly. Yeah, 40 did set the blueprint. But the person who I don't think get the respect they deserve is Bunny. Who is the first female to branch off and battle a king of the dot, battle across the whole world? Who's the first girl making these independent moves? Bunny Godiva was. Everybody was trying to get on Queen of the Ring. 40 Bars was stuck on Queen of the Ring. One of the reasons I became her manager is that she was looking for outside sources to where she wanted to branch off from Queen of the Ring and battle at other places. And that's what I was able to help 40 Bars do. But the person who was doing that first was Bunny. You get new battle rap fans and they come in. Think about it. If somebody has been a battle rap fan for 5 years, they're not new. So they be like, I'm not new. I've been for 5 years. You missed a lot. You know how much
Mm-hmm.
you missed if you only been a battle rap fan for 5 years? So if Bunny now on top of the radar, if Bunny doing her own stuff in real estate and Bunny making hundreds of $1,000s a year and she about to have a baby and she not battling like that and they not hearing her name and they ain't been here in a while, then they don't know the history. To me, I think both of those young women who I'm personally cool with both of them uh, paved the way. I give 40 Bars this props. No one has ever been able to do what 40 do. What female, name me one female battle rapper that can have 5 different Facebook pages. One is 40 Bars South, 40 Bars North, 40 Bars East, 40 Bars West. All of them lit. No matter where, like 40 before she moved to Atlanta, right? Like she come down here, she hit up 40 Bars South, and all these people coming. I thought it was gonna be me and 40 at the events. I don't know these people. Like she got a herd. She go battle in Philly. He go 40 Bars North. Like have you seen that? I haven't seen that now. I've never seen that. The only person for some reason that was able to generate that for the past freaking 13 some odd years is 40 Bars.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just
I agree with what Dave said. Dave said, I feel like at even 5 years, you're borderline new. Yeah.
But you can't tell them that though.
I mean,
5 years ago, wasn't Cassidy here?
Cassidy was battling goods.
That's time flies.
Battling goods. Yep, the pandemic fucked up the time.
And look how long Battle Rap resided before he even came back to battle Disaster the first time.
Mm-hmm.
How many people who joined Battle Rap 5 years ago know the first battle? Because that ain't online when they was on the big stage.
Yeah.
Like, how many people know that battle? You know.
No. But that's fair. I'm not really mad at that. You said something earlier when you talked about essentially the propaganda, the messaging that's being pushed out to younger Black men when it came to the red pill ideology and things like that. You even mentioned just Pearly and everything else like that. I wanted to actually honestly ask you about how you feel about how that's impacting young Black men, that ideology, how easily it's pushed out and how they're digesting it and then responding to it.
I mentioned earlier, right? I'm thinking psychologically how my brain works. I mentioned earlier I had to break up with a girl because her lack of trust was insane level, down to I can't even have COVID and she think I'm having. Like, is that my fault that we broke up?
No.
Okay, check this out. This is why I'm finna come out. This is why I come down on the red pill. That's not my fault at all, right?
No.
I still put that on myself. You know why I put it on myself?
Because
that's how my brain work is like, what could I have done differently? Everything is on me. Every failure is on me. Every success. The first person I look at, even if it's out of my, I can't do nothing with a girl like that. I still put it on me. What could I have done? And when you got that mindset, you're going to tweak little things to consistently be better in your life. Right. The red pill teaches. The red pill teaches to put it on somebody else. She not hollering at me because she like this sort of like, man, I done been broke out of my mind. And I done told the story live. When I moved back from California to here, it took me 4 days to drive across the country. The apartment I had, I paid money for, and they said, yo, we only hold apartments for 2 days. So I arrived to Atlanta, Georgia, homeless. I'm shocked. I go to hug my kids and be like, yeah, I'm gonna get set up my apartment. All my furniture from California moved to this new apartment complex on the lawn. I am literally homeless. I still was getting pussy. They came to the hotel, man. They're beautiful women. Like, and this is not a brag. This is not a brag. I'm just like, bruh, you keep talking about you gotta have $100,000 and all of this stuff. I don't think I'm the most attractive guy. I just got in shape. My stomach was way out here. My nose big. My teeth crooked. Your nose
still big, but
yeah. my nose still, it's gonna get bigger the more weight I lose. I still get beautiful. I get real women. I'm lawyers, doctors, psychiatrists. So if man, I'm living this kind of life. So if I go online and I see a little dude laughing at a woman and trying to make her feel so sad at her choice that she dumbs down to date you are a fucking loser. You pussy. I'm sorry to cuss like that, but you're gonna be monetized because I wait to the end. This how I am when I get passionate about stuff. Like, there's no way I can respect that mindset.
You don't think the mindset has echoed from the past, because that's what pimps used to do. That's what P's used to do.
Yeah. It make the woman feel bad so she can dumb. I'm being real with you. It's really shit I said on any podcast. I wouldn't even want the pussy. I wouldn't even, if you feel I like better men, but it's not working out. So I guess I give you the chance, even though I'm not feeling you like that. I guess I open my. I wouldn't even want it.
I wouldn't
even want it.
I don't want no guilt.
I want her. I want to know I got it in her full confidence. In full confidence. I done been with a woman, you know what I'm saying? Like, I done been with a woman, like, look, why I look like a man laying up in my bed with me? You got to bring something to the table. If you ain't making $200K, and then I done hit it about 1,000 times. You know what she say? Yeah, but you're different. You don't make $200K a year, but you're different. And she making excuses for herself. I'm sitting there quiet, like, I don't care what the woman say. I care what I want, and I'm gonna go for it. You tell me no, and it's a definite no, I'll move on. But chances are, like, if you know how to talk to people, if you're not a master to be the best of your ability, you don't have to make excuses like the red pill is asking these young black men to ask for. Ain't no situation I ain't been in that I didn't thrive in. I didn't have the greatest looks. I didn't have the greatest body. I know how to talk to a woman, though. I know how to put myself in a mental position of power to where she look up to me like this stuff on paper that the red pill is teaching these guys.
Right.
I know how to sit in a room with a group of black men who got Mercedes Benzes, Porsches, nice suits and everything, and I ain't got it, and I'm still getting the same chicks as them. They respecting me for it. Be the best of yourself. Learn. That's what I'm saying. I put everything on me. If I don't get a girl, I put that on me, no matter what the circumstance. If I don't get a job, I put that on me. If anything out of my control, I still go back and ask myself, what could I do? So there's no way I can respect that. Now, at the same time, I don't want to teach people to be one side here, one side there. So I would like to say awesome things that the red pill community do teach our young black men. Anything the red pill community open their mouth on about health, you cannot debate that. It's spot on, great evidence. They teaching young men to look nice, dress nice, be presentable. They teaching young black men about cologne, style, health,
These
what
niggas
to
don't
eat
wear
right,
cologne.
treating your body like a temple. There's no way in the world I will argue against the red pill community on that. That is spot on, great evidence.
Yeah.
Be your own master to where you're not on one side or the other, because it only helps you out. You can take good shit from both sides. I can take good shit from the conservative side that I subjectively feel is good about guns. Nigga, I want a gun. People crazy. I can take stuff that I feel great about the left side. I don't have to be left wing or right wing. I can just be John, and I can hear what I like and I can hear what I don't like, and I can just pick from either point. I feel like that's how we should be as a society. I feel like that's how we should be as grown men. But whenever the red pill community teach our young black brothers to put this stuff black on the women to make the women feel bad, I would never co-sign that. Be a man. Be an alpha male. An alpha male gonna put that shit on his own shoulders and see what he can do better. I can get any woman in the world. I get a rich one. I done had a rich woman. I done had a multi-millionaire fly me down, mail me phones, do everything. Want to change my life. I ain't want to be with her. I don't want to be with you because you feel like you control somebody that money. Fuck your money. I done had millionaires. This is real life shit. I done had psychologists when I'm sitting on a date. And they sit down on a date and they ask me a question about this right here. And I'm like, nah, unbuckle your hands like that. What do you mean? Nah, I'm not your patient. Nah, I'm not your patient. You're on a date with me. You know,
yeah, I'm not a case study. Yeah,
and you know what the psychologist did? She smiled because she liked that. She liked that confidence. She liked it. Like, okay, you know what I'm saying? If don't say you're alpha male, be a real alpha male, and you will get the woman you want.
That's fair. That's fair. I was going to take it there with you because I have a thing about people utilizing alpha male like that.
No, I don't believe in alpha male.
Yeah, I know.
I'm making
but then
fun
I had
of them.
I had to listen to you. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like I had to listen, and then we cook.
Yeah, that's the claim y'all putting out there. If you're gonna claim it, be it. Like, come on now. Let's just really think about this before you go to your next question. It's just weird. A man like in one breath can make an excuse. I can get any woman I want. I'm healthy. I work out. I make $100K. But these American women got these attitudes, so I'd rather go to Brazil and get chicks. You just told me you're incapable of doing something.
And why do niggas say that, John? Why do niggas say I'm going to Brazil as if these Portuguese speaking women do not have their own attitudes, do not have their own culture, do not have their own expectations? You bought a ticket, the same amount that you trying to draw the line on. Oh, I'm not going to pay that much for a date. You bought the date 4 times.
No, not the ticket. You got to buy a place to live. You got to get you got to get a job. You do just to get a woman to say whatever you like. You know how many women here in America that would do exactly what you like? I personally wouldn't date them because I get bored. The way my mind is so eccentric, I have to have a strong woman. I have a lot to choose from because they teaching men not to go after strong women. So there's more strong women for me. I would get bored out my mind. I could have been happily married forever if we just going off of let me just pick. Man, like I said, I don't spit the real on my channel all the way, but I give somebody else exclusive, bro. You know I'm in a relationship now. I had a 29-year-old beautiful chick. You see this chick try to chunk at me just last week. I'm 43 years old, and you tell me that you can't get no woman? These dudes submissive too. All that. Like,
I'm with you, John, on that point as well. I've been in a relationship for I think about 6 years now. My woman needs to be intelligent. She needs to be able to properly articulate herself, give me intellectual pushback. You see what I'm saying? That like give me that, because outside, like, bro, look, respectfully, shout out to the women who watching this. Look at me.
Yo, I want to be careful with my words too, because
I'm good.
People should go after what make them happy. If going after a super submissive woman that does everything you say, I don't want those kind of men to feel bad. If that's what you like, that's what you like. The problem I have is when you try to put down other people who don't like that. Everybody ain't got to like what you like. You know what I'm saying? And then you go around and you calling men betas and all of that stuff. If you're putting out a rhetoric that It's the woman's fault. She's a single mother, even though she didn't have a baby by herself, and you like a beta loser if you take that son under your wing. You know what I'm saying? You take a stepson under your wing, and you develop a family with that. That's one of the saddest things about the whole ideology that I don't like, because to me, a real alpha male is the kind that will go and raise his kid and show him that he does have a father figure, and nourish and build that family up. It takes a lot to do that. So to me, it's nothing to just walk away. You want everything so easy for you, but you're the alpha. It's just weird to me. I don't know. It's weird.
That shit don't track. Yeah, respectfully. Yeah, like I agree with you, John, on that side as well. One of my joints, because we talked about the battle rap, we talked about true crime. I did want to ask you, let you get in your MMA bag for a little bit, cook and flex that muscle. My question to you is, I have two people that I want you to break down how to beat them.
Okay.
Yeah, my man's Israel.
But that's kind of easy though. But go ahead. Who else?
And then obviously we saw the brother just win a couple weeks ago. Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva, and what's my man's name?
Retire Anderson Silva?
No, prime Anderson Silva, and then I can't remember this.
I'll challenge you to pick somebody else, because both of them are the exact same.
They're the same to you?
When I be going off on these people, right? You see me getting to beef, and they like, I see, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that right there. I'm a wrestler, BJJ. I got hands. Anybody got hands. Flip second, I can get knocked out, they can get knocked. But like, I know for a fact, if you have no fight training, I know for a fact, there's nothing you can do to stop me from taking you down. Once I take you down, it's up to me how I want to do this. Do I want an arm triangle choke you? Do I want to slice you across the head with an elbow and you go ouch and that hurt him while you saying ouch, and then I go to break your arm? It's up to me what I want to do. Your life is in my hands because of the effort and training I put into. While young black men are laughing, oh, nobody know that karate shit. That's funny until you fight. I let you laugh and get your joke in. But when I grab you, all these people who are laughing with you can't help you. Wrestling is the greatest base you can have in the world in a one-on-one fight. Wrestling. The prime Israeli Adesanya. The way I know is wrestling is not even from big wrestlers. Like when he lost the light heavyweight belt, of course that guy took him down, but he went up a weight class. But the issue is his second fight with Bobby Knuckles, Robert Whittaker. The second fight with Robert Whittaker, Israeli won that fight, but he barely won. Robert Whittaker is small compared to Israeli. There's no way Robert Whittaker should have been able to take him down unless there's the chink in his armor is still wrestling, to the point to where I don't know for certain who's going to win the third fight, even though Israeli has beat him twice. The way you beat Israeli, especially now, you got to look at everything when you look at mixed martial arts. If Israeli has had multiple fights in a row with intelligent strikers, that means he has all these fight camps with a wide stance to put his foot up front. That's why he's been getting a lot of leg kicks. I'll take the leg kick because my hands are so good. The problem is, if you've done that for multiple camps with no wrestler, and now you got the same wide stance with that leg out there, single leg takedown, leaving it wide open for a wrestler to beat him, which was the same way you beat Anderson Silva when he barely won the Chael Sonnen fight in the last minute of the fifth round. You take those guys down. There's nothing that they can do to get past that. I don't remember. I think Israeli was able to get up in those Robert Whittaker fights. I don't know if he stayed down the entire rounds. I have to go back and look and see. But the answer is the same to both. In any one-on-one fight, the best thing you can do, wrestle base to get there first, and then BJJ. BJJ sucks in MMA if you only know BJJ, because you spend a lot of time on your back going for this submission, and you get punched in the face. You're on your back, you look like you're losing the fight. That's the problem BJJ people have. They're so used to sitting in these tournaments and like, I can do this until I win. You're losing in MMA. But if you got a wrestle base, if you're on top, especially with elbows, that's That'll take care of a lot of people.
That's fair. With that being said, we got a question from Dave. I'm still getting ready to do this GoFundMe to actually get the wig for Dave to get cornrows and get it installed. But shout out to him. He said, would you ever do an MMA debate with Swave?
Absolutely. I'll do a fight with Swave. And it's not out of hatred or nothing. It's out of respect. How many people in the community you know has a skill base or something? I would love to do pro, like, I don't say professional, but like not like a street fight or nothing, because that's like saying you hate somebody. I have nothing but respect for Swave, but I respect that he has a discipline. I would love to be in the cage and go against Swave. I think it'd be cool. He's way taller. I'm only 6 feet tall, and I think it will show like black men, like, your discipline and what you know matters more than people talking shit. And Swave did some Roy Jones stuff, if the story is true. Then Swave let somebody punch his arms until they got tired, and Swave went in and beat the crap out of him. That's what Roy Jones. That's intelligent. You know, you ain't heard that about Swave?
I don't know if it's a fact, John. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm saying I heard that. Like that makes me want to, you know what I'm saying, challenge myself against somebody like that. So I would do a physical with Swave and a debate. You know, I'm keeping it real in your podcast. I don't think he can handle me in no debate, no MMA debate. I just don't see. I don't think it'd be close.
That's fair. Well, I would definitely like to step out and say we would love to facilitate that here. We just had an interview with Swave. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll do it anytime.
I asked him because you said something, Dave even caught it. There was a line that Averb said some years ago where he was like, karate only works on niggas that know karate.
That's what I don't like about young black men. I expect Averb to say some shit like that. I hate that young black men hear stuff like that and laugh. Like, yeah, he right. No, he's not right. You don't know. If you're a street nigga, and you be like, what's up, pussy ass nigga? What's up? You coming? You about to do the predictable haymaker. If I do a spinning kick to your fucking stomach, the range in the way I'm out of your haymaker level, the way you're so not expecting nobody, it's gonna land 100%. And then now your mind messed up, because once that kick land, it hits your brain that this is not shit talking online. I'm not looking cool, and I don't know what this guy gonna do next. And now that I done kick you, and now I know I got your brain scrambled, guess what I'm finna do? Fake punch, take you down. Now you're my level. Now what I want to do, I want to break your arm. I want to choke you out. Yeah, I do whatever I want to you. That's the reality, other than the joke. The joke, Averb gets laughed, and playing it out in real life, the person that has a discipline is not even close. It's the animalistic instinct, and not in black people, but in all humans, to cater towards this more barbaric talk. Pussy ass, bitch ass nigga. Like in any culture or any race, like whatever they say, they don't say pussy ass, but whatever they display is dominance. And the same way, fucking apes jump up, hit their chest to display this right here. But the one thing that we're different is in our intelligence, that we can come up with different kind of martial arts base that can get around these tactics, get around these things. One thing I do, I'll talk shit to you in public, but when I know it's time to get down, know it's time to fight, I'm gonna get quiet, because I've realized we're going to fight. So now that we're gonna fight, let me see what I want to do, and let me get focused on what I want to do. There's no reason for me to talk. I already know I'm planning on what I'm about to do to you.
That's a fact. And before we do this question that we have posted for Most Skrilla, John, that's a fact, because like we said when we were interviewing Swave as well, like I've dabbled my share in martial arts and everything else like that early, and then did it as a younger man, and then picked up understanding boxing and things like that. And I'm getting ready to take on Krav Maga later on. The first time that I had to do a situation like that, outside of like what you said, a street fight, was like when I got to college. And shout out to my man's Mansa, wherever you are. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you. Best wishes to you and your family. We were supposed to be boxing, like, because he was mad. We had some shit. He was shit talking. I was like, all right, let's do it. Like, we're gonna fight. He was like, no, we're gonna box. I said, we're gonna fight, right? And I clarified that. I said, we're fighting, right? He said, well, yeah, let's do that. Boom, lined up on him, and I hit him with a kick. And he instantly was like, oh, that's
fighting.
That's what we're doing. And I was like, yeah, we're fighting. Boom. He was like, no. All right, cool. Because that is right. I thought you were going to take it somewhere else where you said like the animalistic side of the human brain. Also, the part of the human brain that's animalistic as well is to run away from pain. Period.
Who was that who got into a fight with B Magic?
Ooh.
Fox. Pastor Glock the Fox when Surf said that about.
Yeah, and he gonna do what?
But check it. Fox slammed him on the ground and got ready to go for a choke. They pulled Fox off. Fox supposed to be the smart, nerdy nigga. B Magic supposed to be a street nigga. He got him down, ready to go for the choke, and they pulled him off like, nah, we're not doing that. Yo, if anybody do me like that, I'm spitting on you. I'm gonna make sure nobody touch me, because don't try to. Yo, ain't no rules in fighting. This dude said he want to commit harm to me, so let me use all my tools to defend myself and commit harm to him. Don't stop me when I'm about to choke somebody to sleep because you feel like this ain't fair rule. Ain't no rules. You know what I'm saying? This dude could punch me in my nuts or whatever. Like, ain't no rule. Like, yo, we fight. Don't jump in it. Don't touch me. Let me do what I do, and when he go to sleep, it'll be over with.
It's done.
You know, cool. but the battle rap community was like, soon he hit the ground, they're like, why they broke it up? Like, let that man cook. That's like jumping in a battle rap round. Like, yo, let that man cook.
That's fair.
I thought that was crazy. But you still saying about being alpha like that. You're the street guy, but you're the one making up the rules. Nah, they fighting. Let them go.
I agree. I totally agree. Mo said, I got a question. Totally off subject. Where's my boy Pretty Money? That's what Mo said.
I had wanted to say it so long, but it went my place to say, but it's so out there now. I know I can say now. Like, it's crazy, you know, a lot of people, I'm not going to say his fans because they just like Pretty Money, but just say his haters. His haters are like, where he at? I thought he going to show this. What's most important? Pretty Money got like, what, 8,000 people, if that, on his channel. He might not even got that. I know he got low subscribers. What's most important? You talking shit in a niche, small battle rap community. The entire battle rap community is not paying attention to Pretty Money. The only people, the mainly people paying attention are from the drama battle rap community. You mean to tell me it's more important to come here every day to post videos on that than your daughter signed a $2 million contract with a major record label? Your son is one of the biggest people on the entire platform, TikTok. Another person who kids call me Uncle John. His daughter signed his daughter's a multi-millionaire. Is it more important to go and he sent me videos from major suites in the top of Las Vegas? You know what I'm saying? Like, if my children become multi-millionaires and they ask me, their father, to be their manager, you think I'm going to be on Jon Reel channel talking shit to Battle Truth? The fact that someone would use that to talk shit about Pretty Money just shows how awful pride is to young black men. No, pride. He talking shit. You got to say something back. Your kids are millionaires. They are literally millionaires.
Mo isn't one of those people.
No. I know Mo. Mo been rocking with me. Mo been my dude for years. I'm not talking about Mo. That's why I made that clarification. I'm not talking about his fans of people. I'm talking about his detractors that are out there saying, where he at? He said he gonna talk to them, do this right here. He's being a responsible father and enjoying his life.
That's fair. Nobody can be mad at that. Like, that's fine. Shout out to Mo. Appreciate the question.
Like, you got children, you don't know what they're gonna be in life. You don't know they're gonna be murderers. You don't know how awful they're gonna be. You don't know what's gonna happen in the future. You hope for the best. And not only, and it's a family thing. I love seeing, like, Pretty Money daughter don't have to do nothing with his son. It's two different categories. They got Puma deals. Pretty Money's son got his own Puma shoe. His own Puma shoe from TikTok. They don't have to work together, but he raises children with that kind of love that they keep it all in the family. They do all kind of videos together. They got groups together. So his other little children coming up, they introduce them. They like the Kardashians, keep it in the family. So the little middle school, like the next class coming up, they blowing up. What would you do if you Pretty Money? You come back to the drama battle rap community?
That's fair. That's fair. I'm not mad at that.
And all his haters would do the same thing he doing, except for their egos are so small. They will probably make videos bragging about it instead of being consistently there and focused on the prize. They would probably, that's the only difference they do. They're Pretty Much doing. They do everything he doing, but they put on their camera. They just gotta brag because they want somebody to feel that they somebody. When it's real, you don't need that validation.
That's a fact. That's a fact. John, I got 2 more questions for you. Then we can get out of here. When it comes to, let me ask this question, because I know you're a fan as well.
I got a niece that's a multi-millionaire that'll come on anytime and say Uncle John. And then this is what I'm saying about validation. I just want to say about validation. I don't never ask Pretty Money daughter to post me. She will. If I ask her, she will do it. If I say share my tweet, it'll blow me up. I never ask. This is about day life. Just want to put that out there.
It's a fact. Solid man of principle. Period. I respect that. Like I said, I know you're a fan as well. Do you want to talk about why Alabama is the best college football sports franchise ever? Or nah? You gonna step away from that one?
Not that. To me, they're the best sports franchise, and it may not keep lasting because the world is changing. But Nick Saban's old school, get the 5 yards. People just sleep on that. Yeah. Most of the time, they going after 5 yards.
That's fair.
5 yards twice a first down. You ain't got to worry about third. Like, they good. Find a solid running back. Nick Saban is new to this whole black quarterback thing. The way his shit work out is great for the white quarterback don't want to get hit. But now you see he got black quarterbacks that are able to run. And I feel like once he mixes up and find the right black quarterback that's throw first, but still got that skill, it'll be unstoppable. He is about 75, 80% onto the new way. He ain't 100% yet. But Alabama's gonna be a dynasty for years to come. I think Georgia now is better than Alabama because Georgia has focused on getting those big ass dudes on defense. Georgia defense has been solid the past 3 years, even the year we beat them, and then the last 2 years that they won. But the SEC, the recruiting for the SEC, Deion Sanders almost changed the entire landscape of college football with the way people are recruiting and not being able to just jump to the big school. And, Nick found his way around that. But man, the secret people don't even understand. I'm just a loyal person when I date somebody. Growing up has always been Miami Dolphins. That's me. That's my mom. Miami Dolphin first. All those years you heard college football, Alabama first. I'm an Alabama fan, but Alabama is not number one. Alabama was number one because I was married, and that was my ex-wife's number one team. A lot of people don't know that. So they see me with Alabama. That's just my loyalty to my wife at the time. Now, we've been divorced for years. If Alabama on, I'm rocking. I want Alabama to win. But the diehard passion, like my true crime cases, is the Miami Dolphins.
So I know you were happy seeing 2 ago there.
Look, it's on my Jon Reel channel. You go back years when I was married. What's my cup?
Yeah.
What was my cup?
It was a Bama. It was a Roll Tide situation.
And then after the divorce, what was my cup?
Yep.
I don't lie. It's right there for everybody to see. It's right in your face. I bleed Dolphins, but I got children now. All my little kids, both my sons, my daughters, because of their mom, because of how we raised them, they die hard Alabama. So I'm gonna always be Alabama with my kids now.
That's a fact. I'm not mad at that. I mean, I definitely understand that. Like, I've been a fan of Bama for years. Yeah. Years. Watching them. Like, even when I was in high school, like when I was playing football, you see what I'm saying? I graduated in 2011. I graduated from high school. Before that, playing football, even like freshman year, boom, showed up. People looked at me, boom, made weight. Nah, he made weight, but how fast is he?
Yeah.
Boom, 4.45. Oh
Yep.
shit. How hard can he hit? Put him against the varsity linebackers that's getting ready to graduate. Boom, ran niggas over. Okay, boom, varsity. And I got that from Bama, watching them. You
Yeah.
see that, like, I'm getting it. Fuck you, I'm getting it. You see what I'm so
Yeah.
I agree with you as well. Like, it's probably gonna run out to an
People
extent a little soon, but
people when they go by what they see in your life. So when they see me on the channel, Alabama winning, they didn't see before I got married. They didn't see when I was dating her. They didn't see before we were dating when me and my ex-wife were just best friends. We weren't dating at all. I'm in the bars with her. And you know, we in Georgia. Everybody got on Georgia shirt. She the only person with an Alabama shirt on. And you know, Alabama sucked. You know, this before Nick Saban. You know what I'm saying? I'm in there watching this girl. I'm in here watching this woman, and Georgia just destroying Alabama. Alabama had a losing record before Nick Saban. I was there during those times, so it wasn't like they won rings. I jumped on their nuts. I was rocking with my friend who became my girlfriend at the time, and being with her, cheering with her. And you keep watching that shit. It goes from I'm cheering for Alabama for her to I don't even know where the hell she at. I'm watching this Bama game, and you really into it, so you really become a Bama fan.
Yeah.
So I was there before all the wins.
That's fair. Last question. Oh, I lied. Second to last question, because I want to ask this question first. I would not be right if I did not ask this question to you, Jon.
Yeah.
If you had to talk to somebody internationally, someone not from the States, their culture is not the same as ours, blah, 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 and you had to put them on five Georgia artists to be like, this is what hip hop is, what would that be from your perspective? Because
I have to put on 5 Georgia artists.
Well, as far as you playing it to an international person, I'm not saying like everybody has to be up and coming, but like you could be like all these people that I played to you are from Georgia, like they're from
in 2023.
No, all time. Take the lid off of it.
I feel like Chicago gotta fall the fuck back and give us Ludacris. Yes. Because I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Where was Ludacris born? Chicago. When you get off the plane in Atlanta, when you come to one of the world's biggest airports, when you come up this escalator, it's a big ass shit you're looking at. It's Ludacris right up there. Ludacris that song, "Welcome to Atlanta." Chicago, you gotta let that shit go. Ludacris belongs to Atlanta. Definitely Ludacris. T.I. Outkast. I even go like people like Field Mob who've been written off because of the funny nature, but they could spit. They could really rap. Migos, they got a place in history. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't a big Migos fan, but I'm smart enough to realize when I'm getting older in life and hip hop has passed me. So no, you got to put Migos there. You got to put Gucci Mane there. You got to put Young Jeezy there. Should be Jeezy now, nigga. Young. You gotta. Those are the artists that I will lean on. I hate being live on questions like this because I know after the live I'm gonna be mad. It's some name come up that I didn't get a chance.
I'm gonna shoot you some bill, Jon. Future.
Yeah. See, and that's what you gotta be able to look at yourself. Like, I'm so old. Future got 1 million songs. I can't. I know how they sound if I hear them. I can't name a title of one. I can't name a single Future song, and that's only because 2 reasons. I was a lyricist. I'm a lyricist, and I'm old. You know what I'm saying? I'm old. I'm 43 years old, and I'm a lyricist. So like, those are the reasons. But like, I know. Let me tell you something what I respect about Future. We went to the strip club. That shit was ridiculous, bro. I sat there and I listened. Booty shaking all around. I'm just listening. They didn't play 6 Future songs in a row.
Mm-hmm.
They stopped and went to 2 Migos songs, came back to 7 more Future songs, and they not the same song.
Nope.
You been to strip club here in Atlanta?
Not yet.
Future owns the strip club, bro. Like the amount of Future songs they play, and it's not bad because I don't want to hear no lyrical shit in no fucking strip club. I want the Future shit. I'm sitting there rocking. So like to have that kind of control like that, much respect the Future. But he wouldn't come to my mind on a list like that because I'm old lyricist. I can't name you a Future album. I can't name you a Future song, but I know it if I hear it.
That's fair. I'm not mad. I mean, you gave us like 9, 10 niggas. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at that.
I will say this right here though, like, and I stand on this, and I challenge anybody who look at me, don't know who I am. I am by far one of the greatest rappers in Georgia history.
Why you say that, John? Why you say that?
Because I have both skill sets. Even as a lyricist, I can go toe-to-toe with best of them. The top best that's ever lived in Georgia. They can't fuck with me on a level. And at the same time, I can take that and I can make the biggest club, his biggest club song. And I don't have the confidence to say this on a live. I can say this on live and people like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about? And then they go listen to my music. They go listen to the freestyle that's on my Jon Reel channel. Then they go listen to a song like Brothers where I sound like a completely different person. That range that I have, they can't, and not even they can't fuck with me. If there's a topic, I'm saying the topic, I crush 99.9% of all battle rappers on the track.
Do you feel like your range is better than somebody like a Big Boy, like a 3 Stacks?
Yeah, because Big Boy can't go deep like I can. And even on the songs on the same, I will beat Big Boy on every song he on. Andre 3000, I have to put in that work. I can't just sit out like, yo, let me go here alone. Because a lot of the sound you can hear 3000 in me. You can see that he was an influence when you listen to some of my stuff. But in some of my stuff, you can hear my New York influence, where I don't even sound like I'm from Georgia. But the respect level I have for Andre 3000, I mean, I never say who my favorite rapper live of all time is. I would have, if I'm forced, I would say it's 3 Stacks.
That's fair. This is the last topic, John, because I agree with you there. You have no debate. You have no debate with me with 3 Stacks. I feel like 3 Stacks is. I say this with the utmost respect, utmost admiration.
You see the chat, the private chat.
We gotta. Let me see.
I know you forgot. Yeah.
No. I don't. Didn't want to. Man, fuck it. We here, John. Let's do it. You said on your community post, you said you have your opinion on every huge topic and everything else like that, from everything from Eazy's moving around battle rap to like Hustle's situation with its DNA 2, everything. And you said, nah, I keep that shit typically to myself because in layman's terms, y'all niggas is weirdos and y'all don't even come to events like that. I'ma just respect my own peace. Do you mind expounding on that then? Since you brought that up. Like,
it's crazy when you get quiet that black men, I ain't say black men, when you get quiet, men in general who are your enemies, black or white or whatever color, they view you being quiet as afraid of them. I'm afraid of myself. I get quiet because I know how dark I can go. I know how medieval I can go. I know how I'm like, you know what? I was trying to live my life. You fuck with me. Now I'm finna put all my focus on you. And I'm going to win. I never lose. I'm uneliable, nigga. But the depths of anger I have to go and stay in that is such mental toxicity that I don't want to go there. Life is so great in the real world. I ain't got no issues. Everything for me to go there to go at these niggas because I study niggas. I know what it takes to beat each one. I know exactly what I need to do behind the scenes and in front of the scenes. I know exactly what I need to say, but it's such a toxic, negative place. I don't want to go there. So I just sit back and I just look at what's going on. But in a lot of times, I'm gonna answer these questions in my head because I'm a businessman. So as a businessman, Miss Hustle said that there's no contract, and I get sad at the battle rap community for backing her on that because who gives a fuck? Your first words you said was John paid me as a friend. Like I just took friend money. Okay, he gave you $3,000 and there's no battle. What are we talking about here? You're in the wrong. What are we talking about here? And then when I was listening to this, I was walking my dog. So I'm back here walking my dogs, and I said to myself, you know what though? If it's been some years, John is right if he broke and he got the money to pay her. But if John even got a little bit more money, maybe he should increase it. If her value went up by then. And then as I'm walking my dog, I'm still listening. I hear John gave her more money. What the fuck are we talking about? He gave her more money. Why is there the discussion? Miss Hustle is 110% wrong because you said he your boy. Y'all got a cool relationship. You gonna walk out on your boy who gave you $3,000 for no reason at all if you're not doing a battle. And then the one point where I was gonna take up for Miss Hustle would be if John offered more, because if you increase your stock, because I was trying to help her. I was like, yo, I'm nobody now. If 2 years from now I got 1 million subscribers and I got to stop all these deals and everything, I got to come back and do this favor for my friend. I'm gonna ask my friend, like, you got more money? There's nothing wrong with me asking that. He gave it to her.
That's fair.
What are we talking about? Easy to block captain. I feel like I don't know the specific details, and I'm gonna answer this question for a reason. I want to teach young black men. What do you care about more, your personal vendetta or your reputation as being a professional? I love that on the John Crimes it says investigative crime journalist. I'm not an investigative crime journalist from YouTube. I earned that title when someone went from my YouTube to putting me on national television to give my opinions on real life true crime episodes. I earned that. My first interview with Official, that's my first interview ever on any article. I always value integrity as being a professional. So as being a professional, I hate ADEP. I don't like that nigga at all. He don't like me. But what's most important? To shit on ADEP or be professional? To me, is to be professional. So to be professional is to give ADEP, who I fucking hate, a clear, fair shot. To give ADEP a fair shot, I have to ask you details I may not know. I'm going to ask you now. From what I know, and just tell me what I'm wrong. I want to get all the details to give ADEP a fair shot and Easy a fair shot, even though I hate that nigga. They did an interview. ADEP posted it, and Easy told him not to yet because Easy wanted to post it first. Is that right or wrong on the details? I want to make sure I got my details right before I give an opinion.
From what I've seen from both of these brothers, John, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, that is kind of the summation of it, because I think Easy has a
what was the agreement before? Because did Easy change the agreement? Was the agreement that ADEP posted first and then Easy like, nah, fuck it, wait and let me do it first, or was that understood from the beginning?
That part specifically, I don't know, and I'm not gonna lie to you.
That matters, because if it was understood to go to ADEP first, and then Easy want to change his mind, then ADEP did nothing wrong. But if it was supposed to go out on Easy first, and ADEP like, fuck that, put that on you, then ADEP wrong.
But John, to be fair on that side, Easy, like I said, like I was getting ready to say, Easy has a members only situation, as to where like the members get access to the live, they get to watch it.
I don't give a fuck if that don't matter. That listen, I'm I hate ADEP, so I don't want to take up for ADEP, but I'm gonna be fair to ADEP. I don't give a fuck if Easy got a membership going on. If he told ADEP, hey, it's cool, put your shit out first, and then he changed his mind. That's why that middle portion is important, because whatever the deal was first, that determines who was wrong. Now, after we get past who was ever initially wrong, how that whole shit played out on ADEP do what he doing, file claims without evidence or whatever.
Yeah.
Of course, I think that shit wrong. But if Easy was my son, like my real biological child, and he came in and he upset that ADEP is saying wild, salacious claims about him without evidence, without merit, I would look at Easy as my son and go, you knew that shit about him? Why'd you lay in bed? You thought you was different?
Yeah.
You told me you knew that about him. You thought, why would you think he wouldn't do it to you? He did it to people way more popular than you.
Yeah. That's
Well,
fair.
If I'm gonna do an interview with ADEP, I'm gonna accept all consequences where that can go from right to extremely far left based upon the character that he has already put out. And Easy may not want to hear that, but it's the truth. You should have known what you was getting yourself into when you decided to do that interview, regardless if you was right or wrong. This is how far right or left that could go.
Yeah. That's fair. I'm not. Hey, John, I'm not the person who knows all the details, but I agree with you. I fully agree with you on that point. On like the finality of it all, like I definitely agree. We don't know that behind closed doors interaction. It's kind of ironic that we're saying this about the individual in question because he likes to operate and build his content off of alleged behind closed doors reactions.
Yeah, but remember, I expect the demon to be a demon. I get mad at the audience. I get mad at young black men. Like my thing is this, right? SMDs are big in our community. SMDs are fighting words. If I say SMD, I have said SMD. I say SMD to Tatted Teflon. Tatted Teflon can really fight. I saw Tatted Teflon work a bag. He can professional the way he throw the hooks, uppercut, and he's 6'3". He really can fight. I said SMD because I meant that from my fucking soul, and I'll meet him anywhere. I didn't say SMD because I'm behind a computer screen. Anywhere close would have been, he would have asked me to come. The answer is yes, I'm coming. I proved this. Queens Flip talked shit to me. He said, I'm coming to Atlanta. You have to see me. He came to Atlanta. He called me. When he called me, he said, where you at? I said, where you at? I'm coming. Chris Unbiased, like, you don't go there? He may got a lot of people with him from New York. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. The rules are, I said I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there. I didn't pick up a brick or whatever. We going to do it. Because that's just how I am as a man. So I get mad at these young black men, like they support that somebody can come out here on the web and go, I'm gonna talk shit. I'm gonna tell somebody SMD. I'm gonna say all this gangster stuff to somebody, but I'm not gonna go out and never meet anybody. I'm not gonna go to a battle rap event because somebody may hurt you. Why they want to hurt you? Because you're talking crazy in a way that you want to talk to a grown man to his face. I admire you if you say that and you back it and you'll go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna back anything I say. So I don't even get mad at him because I expect the demons to be a demon. I get mad at these young black men that champion that. You're showing me that you guys are a group of losers.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm not even gonna.
I will die, and you will never see Jon was scared to come out. You'll never in your life see that video.
Yeah.
You'll see me getting stomped out first, but you will never see Jon and show up.
Right. That's fair. That's fair. Those are your principles. I'm not mad at that. Last question. Last statement rather. I see the picture in your background. I've been seeing that picture for some years, Jon. In your background. You got Batman back there.
Yeah.
Shout out to my man's Boom. Boom is a big Batman fan as well.
Yeah.
Batman really ass, low key. When you look at it with your adult mind, in my opinion, I feel like Batman really ass, Jon. He beats up on mentally disabled people. You see what I'm saying? He's a white billionaire who inherited his wealth. You see what I'm saying? He got a whole bunch of training from other people and everything else like that. And all of his problems as far as villains go is because he don't want to kill nobody.
When I was 17 years old, I went, you go to somebody's house and get your hair cut. You don't go to the barbershop. The cool dude cut the good best. Everybody, his whole living room lined up with people. I'm 17, got my hair cut. Me and my cousin went on the front porch to leave, and it was a mentally disabled, slow kid there. He about 12 years old, but tall.
Don't you do it, John.
He's super slow. He got a belt in his hand wrapped around. He going, oh, he's swinging the belt hard. And he hit me across the face with that belt twice. I beat the shit out of his ass. Like, you don't hit me cross. I'm talking about across my face. I mean, he was too, you know, he got that slow strength. Nah, fam, I don't give a fuck. Nah, you don't hit me. What up? Nah. I kicked him and he flew up in the air from a kick. I kicked him in the leg. Blah, flew up. Nah, y'all. If he can't control himself, y'all shouldn't have let him out on this porch with a belt. So I don't care about the Batman beating up the Joker. The Joker shouldn't have did what he did. Hey, whoever didn't lock the Joker up, that's on them. But to get realistic about the photo, this is what I'm saying. I always try to tell people, instead of going edit with people all the time, you need to build relationships on the internet.
Yes,
that is a professional painting that was painted by a professional painter in New York. She put out a big art gallery, and that was one of her pieces from the art gallery. She said, I reminded her of Batman because I have a 9 to 5 during the day, which I do, and like Bruce Wayne does. But at nighttime, Bruce Wayne goes out here and he helps the people who can't help themselves. He fights for the victims. And she said, for my true crime, I fight for the victims. So she not only sent me that painting, but she painted that picture in a different kind of paint that glow in the dark. And she also sent me the light in the package to go with the photo. So that's why that light is there, because when you shine it, it glows. So the fact that that came from a fan of mine from True Crime, I told her, like, I'm going to have that shit up in my room. It's going to always be shown. So that came from the love I got from a fan professional.
That's fire. That's fire. I'm not mad at that. Anybody who's watching this right now who's an artist, you see what I'm saying? Blah, 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 who puts things together. Please, y'all go and watch this brother's channel. Like we said earlier, all of his links are in the description below. If y'all are artists and y'all want to put something together for this brother so he can finish that back wall, you see what I'm saying? Bunch of Batman shit.
My whole place. Right now I'm staring at Sasquatch. Because when I drove to Washington to do the documentary of the lady whose mom was murdered, they sent that from Washington, and her whole family signed it, got real signatures. All the art in my whole place comes from people in walks of life that I met. It all has sentimental value.
That's fire. That is fire. John, you're definitely an inspiration. I'm gonna tell you this right here, right now, because I'm gonna give you your flowers. As far as a content creator, as far as what you've allowed us to see online, you being a father as well, you being somebody who knows and appreciates and negotiates because of your value, your inherent value of what you bring to things, and your history of traveling and traversing not only MMA, battle rap, movie, like cinema in general. We can all say we appreciate you, appreciate your work. Would love to have a situation by which you could come back, have a movie debate, that swave debate with the martial arts situation.
Yeah, I do all that, man.
Like, it's a home here. We appreciate you. Like I said, with that being said, thank y'all so much for pulling up and supporting this interview with myself and the brother Jon Crimes. You know what I'm saying? Follow him on everything. Bug this man. Oh, boom. We watched the interview late. Cal brought us here. I saw what you done before. Bother this man, support this man in any way, shape, form, and fashion. Really appreciate all of y'all. With that being said, I mean, shit. John, do you have anything else to shout out? Your social medias, any projects you have coming up in the future, anything like that?
Yeah, all my social media, Jon Crimes, Twitter, Jon Crimes. Well, I guess if you hear from Battle Rap, you don't want to follow my Jon Crimes Twitter. You want to follow my Battle Rap Twitter, which is Ben Reel MMA, BEENREEL MMA, Ben Reel MMA. That's pretty much it. Lots of projects coming out. The main focus is the Jon Crimes channel and getting this documentary set for Amazon. One I was supposed to put on YouTube about the Sasquatch, but actually I'm putting it on Amazon Prime. And then stay tuned for movies. Movie series that's coming out soon too.
All right. Shit, I ain't mad at you. With that being said, appreciate y'all for coming out. Appreciate you, John, as well. We up out of here. Respect.
Holla.
exclusive, it don't matter.
Get ready for it.